Alright, my YouTube family, welcome back to the Gaming Brigade. And one thing I used to do with the channel on a weekly basis was a weekly news recap going over everything that happened in the game, or just at least some of the highlights. And it's something I haven't been able to do in a while. However, moving forward, every Sunday, I will be bringing you a video like this one where I'm going to talk about stuff that happened in the previous week, as well as other things we can expect to see soon, plus pass along a few friendly reminders. Now, the first thing we're going to talk about is, you can see on screen, we do have the events timeline. And as of my recording this video, you have 1 day and 16 hours left to get that triple XP event in the game. So for those of you out there who are trying to make your way to Shade Level 1000, now is the perfect time to jump in. And if you didn't get to play that much, do not worry. We are going to see more of these throughout the season. Now, this XP thing is also having a major effect for some players at least. And it's giving them the ability to absolutely rip through their seasonal reward track, and all you're doing is playing the game as intended. You're doing the journey missions, and just by completing them, again, you're getting a ton of XP. I'll talk about that in a moment. However, at this point, I want to talk about another issue, and this is for those of you out there who have reached out to the channel saying you are missing certain apparel items, either ones you purchased or you earned in different previous apparel events. You can see on screen they've added 4 new tabs to your apparel menu. You need to scroll down, and when you do, that's where you're going to find all your stuff. Now, there also happens to be a visual bug in the game, where if you happen to go to the store and search for something that you think you may be missing, the game may tell you you do not have it when you actually do. So please make sure, if you think you have something, check these tabs. Everything you've purchased or earned will be in this location. That is now going to take us to the topic of mission journeys. And as you can see on screen, to advance in your seasonal journey missions, you need to complete 6 out of the 8 objectives, and you can see what they look like. And what's great is you have the option of doing the ones you want and skipping the ones you don't. Now, there are more important details I'm going to talk about at the end of the video. However, one thing I'd like to mention really quick is the fact that in order to make your way from one journey mission to the next, you need to claim your rewards. If you don't do that, you will not have the ability. And as you can see at the bottom of the screen, there's a clear indication of what you need to do. Claim those rewards, my friends, and you will be able to move on to the next. Now, for those of you that have reached out to the channel asking me to put together videos on the new modifiers, I'm in the process of doing that, but modifiers need to be earned, and in full transparency, haven't been able to play as much as I've wanted to. I'm thoroughly enjoying my gameplay. But I promise you I will be bringing you that video over the next few weeks, my fellow agents, and starting this Tuesday, I will be making weekly scout videos as well, going over exactly what you need to do and how you need to do it. And with that being said, my friends, we are now going to jump over to the known issues board, or at least go over a few things that are being worked on at the moment. As always, this is not an exhaustive list. There are other things happening as well, and as I mentioned previously, there is a visual bug in the game that is causing players to think they do not have certain items that they either bought or they earned in previous apparel events. I showed you that tab. That is where you need to go check out the different categories. What did we have? We had a body armor, backpack, gloves, and knee pads. Make sure you check all of them accordingly. And anything you've purchased in the past should be there. If not, let me know in the comments section. I will try to get you answers. Now, the next thing has to do with the fact that people are getting excessive XP awarded after completing main mission in the season journey. My recommendation is simple. If you want to try to rip through that seasonal reward track, do main missions, my fellow agents. Now, there's no trick or this or that. You're not doing anything shady. You're just playing the game as intended. And no, you do not need to worry about getting in any trouble whatsoever. But I can pretty much guarantee you that is something that's going to be fixed very soon, my friends. So make sure you take advantage of it now. And chances are it is linked to that triple XP event, that's happening in the game. It shouldn't be affecting the seasonal progression, but it is. What are you going to do? Again, take the victories where we have them. Now, at this point in the video, and this is going to be my favorite part moving forward, I'm going to take some time and go over some of the feedback and questions you have sent the channel over the last week. And I do my best to try to answer these as often as I can, but it's just me, running the show, so it gets kind of tricky. And if you want your question answered, feel free to leave one in the comments section. Now, you can see Pago88 said, "Damn, I just downloaded it, and 1 minute into the season and I'm out. Now that they forced me to do some BS to level up the pass. Hate it when they don't let you do what you want. It was the best thing in the division. You could do whatever you want and still level the pass. That really pisses me off. I hope the rest of the update doesn't look so bad." And you can see someone responded by saying, "Calm down, mate. It's good sometimes to do some things a little bit different." And then Pago once again said, "Maybe you're right, but it's just not for me." And then the final response is, "This is not different. This is kind of the same thing we've been doing, just it's more organized," which in my opinion is a pretty damn good description of what's going on. Now, first of all, I love this communication here at the channel. We are toxic free, people helping each other out. And again, for a lot of players out there, and I'm just going to use myself as an example, I've not really had the desire to play the game recently up until the most recent update, because now there are tons of different builds I want to work on. I need to farm for a bunch of different things, and I once again have that incentive to check things out on a weekly basis, and not only that, to work on different builds. And even though I know I'm doing the quote-unquote same thing, it's a different way to play, and for me, that's incredibly enjoyable. Now, the next thing is from Halderic. I'll say Halderic. You sound like a mage or some sort of an alchemist. Go see Halderic. He'll know what to do. Anyway, you can see he says, do the journey missions reset at any point, or do they stay the same for the whole season? They are grindy, but they aren't 18 weeks grindy. That is very true. Now, to the best of my knowledge, once you've completed all the journey missions, that's it. I don't think they are going to reset. Again, that is supposed to be linked to getting that seasonal XP, and you're also getting different rewards as well. Now, as of my recording this video, I do not think that is the case, but I promise you, once we get any new information from the game, I will bring it to you right away. Now that is going to take us to the topic of modifiers, and you can see Gerald asked the following question: do you have to have modifiers on to advance the season? Honestly, I'm not a fan of the modifiers. I got the STREGA from Countdown. I'm not really motivated to play the seasonal stuff. Ultimately, it's the same content, just repackaged, and I'm looking forward to new content. I'd also like to be able to reroll the STREGA by getting the blueprint. Not sure what I'm going to do about that. I'm all in for the DLC, but replaying the current content over and over just isn't appealing. And trust me when I say I totally understand where you're coming from in regard to those topics. Now, when it comes to the STREGA, you can only get that blueprint once you've actually earned it in the season. Now, it is in the general loot pool right off the rip. Typically, that does not happen when a new season begins. And coincidentally, I actually posted a video yesterday on that subject. I will leave a link to that in the video description down below. And Gerald, that should answer your question. Now, the other thing I want to address, and again, thank you, Gerald, for asking this, because you talked about modifiers in the seasonal journey missions, and you were wondering if you were going to need to have modifiers active to make your way through the journey missions. And I believe I said no, I don't think you do. And I was completely and totally wrong when I said that, my friend. And my goal here at the channel, as most of you know, is to always give you the most accurate information I possibly can. Now, when you get to Journey Mission 4 and moving forward, you're going to see that certain things are required, and once you get to 5, you are going to notice that in order to continue your progression, you're going to have to use some modifiers. No other way around it, fellow agents. Now, the good news is this: you can do this on any difficulty that you want, so if it's a total pain in the ass, just set it to normal. And as I said previously, I will be bringing you a video this week breaking down the modifiers, how they work, answering any other questions you may have. On that note, I want to take a moment as always and thank you all for your incredible support of this channel. I sincerely appreciate the privilege of your time. Please let me know of any other questions you may have I did not address in this video, and as I mention at the end of every one of these, take care of yourselves, be kind to each other, and we will talk to you soon. Thanks again, everyone. Well, hello again to all of you that stuck around to the end of the video. Thank you so very much. Truly appreciate it. That's all I got today. Do me a favor. Let me know, what rifle would you like to see my first automatic rifle build based around? I'm thinking MDR. And I know I just talked about this a moment ago when it comes to the journey missions and the fact that you are going to be required to use some of the modifiers. People don't like being bottlenecked into their gameplay, but, you know, I think it's something that's definitely going to be manageable. Promise to keep you informed of any tips and tricks that'll help you along your way. Thanks again for everything, my friends. I truly appreciate you, and I will see you in the next one.